Hey there, and welcome. So today we are going to talk about something that pretty much every single person trying to learn a new skill runs into. You know that feeling, you're coding, you're cooking, you're trying to create something and you just feel like you're spinning your wheels. You're taking in tons of information, but you're not actually getting anywhere. Yeah, that's what we're talking about today, escaping tutorial hell.
Does this hit a little too close to home? You spent hours, maybe days, maybe weeks, watching experts do their thing. Your YouTube feed is just a long list of how-to videos. But then, when you go to look at what you've actually made yourself, crickets. It's totally empty. It is one of the most common and frustrating places to get stuck.
All right, let's really dig into this thing. Because if we're going to solve this problem, we have to understand what it actually is. We need to define this trap and figure out why it is so incredibly easy to fall into. So here it is. This is what we're talking about, tutorial hell. It's this vicious cycle, right? You watch a tutorial because you want to feel more confident. But because you don't actually use that knowledge, you don't build any real skill. And that lack of skill makes you feel like you need to watch, well, you guessed it, another tutorial. And on it goes. Sound familiar?
This slide really just nails the whole problem. Over on the left, you've got passive consumption. See that little cloud guy? Just kind of zoning out, taking it all in. That's us when we're watching, reading, or just listening. It's comfy, you know, it's safe. But then on the right, you've got active creation. That's the star with the tools, actually doing something. That's building, solving, writing. That's where the real learning happens. The whole trap is thinking that being the cloud is the same as being the star. It's not.
So, why? Why do we do this to ourselves? If it's not actually helping us, why is it so addictive? Well, that brings us to the next part. We need to understand the psychology behind this powerful illusion of learning.
And here's the key, the big secret. Watching tutorials feels like you're making progress. Every time you finish a video, you get this little hit of, yeah, I did something. It fills up that little perceived progress bar in your brain. But the actual skill bar, it's not moving an inch. It's kind of like thinking you can learn to swim by watching videos of Olympic swimmers from your couch. It just doesn't work that way. That's the illusion.
Okay. Enough about the problem. Let's talk about how we fix it. The solution is actually, well, it's beautifully simple, and we're going to break it down with something I like to call the grilled cheese principle.
Just think about it for a second. We're not talking some fancy, artisanal 5-cheese monster. I mean a basic, classic, can't mess it up grilled cheese sandwich. How do you really learn to make one?
Well, if you were stuck in tutorial hell, it would probably look a little something like this. You'd read the entire history of sourdough, you'd study the specific melting points of different cheeses, you'd watch a 10-part series on advanced spatula flipping techniques. I mean, it sounds completely insane when you put it like that, right? But this is exactly what we do when we're trying to learn something more complicated.
And here it is, the answer, the simple, powerful truth. You don't need all that theory. You just need to make the thing and see what happens. You grab some bread, you grab some cheese, you put it in a pan. Maybe you burn the first one. So what? That's not a failure. That's just data that tells you what to do differently next time. That is what learning actually feels like.
So, let's get to our final section and turn this idea into a real actionable plan. This is it. This is the part where you stop watching and you start doing. This is your escape route.
Okay, here's your escape plan. It's just 3 steps. First, pick a project. Anything, seriously. Don't get hung up on finding the perfect idea. The point of your first project isn't to be a masterpiece, it's just to exist. Second, embrace the mess. You are going to make mistakes. Things are going to break. That is not a sign that you need to go back and watch more tutorials. That is the lesson. And finally, and this is the most important one, start right now. Not tomorrow, not after just one more video. Close the tutorial tab, open up your software, your notebook, whatever it is, and start.
And really, that's what this all boils down to, this one single question. The only way to break the cycle of just watching is to decide to create something. When you do that, you build real confidence. You build real skills. You build something you can actually point to and say, I made that. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. So, what will you make?